Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Duna Girl 75. I am here with another video sharing with you all the bags that I carried for the first quarter. I carried 38 bags, y'all. 38 handbags this first quarter. I cannot believe it. I think I did pretty good. But before I get started with this video, you know I gotta welcome my new subscribers. So I welcome you to my channel, and I thank you so much for deciding to subscribe to my channel. And as for my returning subscribers, my returning viewers, thank you all so much for showing me love and supporting my channel. It's greatly appreciated. Now let's jump into this video. All right, y'all. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and get you a good snack, get something good to drink, because this might be a long video. I'm gonna try my best to not make this a long video, but it might be a long video. All right, y'all. So 38 handbags I carried this first quarter. And in the month of January, I carried 15 handbags, y'all. You might see me pause a little bit. That just because I'm getting ready to share with you all the picture of my handbag. And I'm going to tell you what type of material the bag is and the color, all right? So, of course, the color, right? So, I carried my Dooney and Burke, Bailey, and nylon in the color black. I'm looking down at my notes, y'all, just in case. All right, I carried my Kingston Hobo and Florentine leather in the color natural. I carried my Dunenberg Cooper and Florentine leather in the color navy. I carried my extra large Courtney sack and Florentine leather in the color navy. I also carried my Tilton and my Dunenberg Tilton and Florentine leather in the color navy. I carried my Dunenberg zip sack and Florentine leather in the color navy. I carried my Dunenberg wallet clutch in Florentine leather in the color navy. I carried my extra large Courtney sack in Florentine leather in the color brown tomorrow. I also carried my Dunenberg Tilton in Florentine leather in the color brown tomorrow. I carried my medium pocket clutch in Florentine leather in the color brown tomorrow. And I carried my, hold on y'all, make sure. Just called a hobo, my Dunenberg hobo in Florentine leather in the color brown tomorrow. I carried my Dunenberg Hattie in the regular size and Florentine leather in the color brown tomorrow. I carried my Coach Dempsey 40 in the signature print in the chocolate dark brown color and also in red. And since it was the month of January, and I was supporting the hashtag that my sister Simply D created, that is called hashtag Ginger January. So I carried my Harrison Hobo in the color ginger. I carried my logo lock in the color ginger. So those were the 15 bags that I carried in the month of January. All right, y'all. So in the month of February, I carried 13 handbags. So the 13 handbags that I carried in January, because not in January, the 13 handbags that I carried in February, and February was a month of Valentine's and also the month of Black History Month. So I carried bags supporting Black History Month, and I also carried bags for Valentine's. All right. So I carried my satchel, my Dunenberg satchel 38 in Florentine leather in the color natural. I carried my Dunenberg large Florentine satchel in the color natural. I carried my Dunenberg side pocket hobo in the color natural. I carried my Dunenberg Libby in Florentine leather in the color natural. If I didn't say, my Dunenberg side pocket hobo is in Florentine leather, okay? And also in the color natural. I carried my Dunenberg twist strap hobo in Florentine leather in the color natural. I carried my Kingston hobo in Florentine leather in the color red. I carried my satchel 38 in Florentine leather in the color red. I carried my Alice wristlet clutch in Saffiano leather in the color red. I carried my medium pocket clutch in Florentine leather in the color red. I carried my Libby, my Dunenberg Libby in Florentine leather in the color red. I carried my Dunenberg saddle flap crossbody in Florentine leather in the color red. I carried my Dunenberg side pocket hobo in Florentine leather in the color red. And I carried my Dunenberg Bailey I'm sorry, y'all. Because majority of my bags are in Florentine leather. I carried my Dunenberg Bailey and nylon in the color black. So that was 13 bags I carried in the month of February, y'all. All right, so see how I'm just zapping through this. I thought it was gonna be long, but I think I'm doing pretty good. All right, y'all, because I got another video to share with you all, so got to get this done. I can't believe I carried 38 bags, y'all, but I'm gonna stay focused. All right, y'all. So in the month of March, which St. Patrick's in the month of March, so I carried majority of my bags in the color green. So in March, I carried 11 handbags, y'all. I carried my twist strap hobo embossed in ostrich in the color Kelly green. Let me say it again. I carried my Dunenberg twist strap hobo embossed in ostrich in the color Kelly green. I carried my another twist strap hobo embossed in ostrich in the color forest. I carried my Dunenberg medium zipper pocket sack in ostrich embossed in ostrich in the color green, just the color green. And I carried my Dunenberg large flaunting satchel in the color ivy. I carried my Dunenberg Kingston Hobo in flaunting leather in the color black. I carried my Dunenberg Bailey in black, in nylon in the color black. I carried my Dunenberg Large Satchel in pebble grain leather in the color forest. I carried my Dunenberg DB75 Hobo. I carried my Dunenberg Twist Strap Hobo in flaunting leather in the color black. And I carried my Dunenberg Medium Zipper Crossbody Hobo in flaunting leather in the color black. And that is it, y'all. That's all the bags I carried for the first quarter of this year. I am so proud of myself. I carried that many bags, y'all. I cannot believe it. But I'm proud of myself. All right, y'all, that is it. I will see you all in the next video. I will have the same outfit on because I'm doing another video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to select that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Leave me a lovely comment because I do enjoy your comments. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have a wonderful, amazing day. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting on? It's free. Totally free, absolutely free. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And you all have an amazing day or amazing night. Bye-bye.